Hello my dear students and welcome to Zenith Academy Online. My name is Shagufta Jaipuri and today we will study relative masses and moles and the relationship between moles and relative masses. Now this is part of chemical calculations for GCSE year 11. This is also a part of ICSE class 10. So let's go ahead. Now children, in this video module we will study what is relative atomic mass. Okay. Then we will study how to calculate relative atomic mass of an element. Then how to calculate relative formula mass of a compound. So if there is a compound, the formula mass is nothing but molecular mass. So how to calculate relative molecular mass of a compound or relative formula mass of a compound. Then how to calculate number of moles. So I will tell you what moles exactly it and how to calculate the number of moles if mass is given, and also how to calculate mass if the number of moles is given. So we will basically deal with the relationship between mass and number of moles here in detail. Now atoms are extremely small, they are very small and very light, and hence we cannot weigh one atom. Okay. So if we cannot do this directly, there are indirect methods. So indirect methods are used to determine the mass of an atom. Now the relative mass of an atom, we are relating it with something. So the relative mass of an atom or molecules is hence considered by considering a mass of light atoms. So we will take any light atom, we will consider its mass and then relating the mass of other atoms or the molecules to it, and then we will relate the mass of other elements with this standard one. So hydrogen atom, being the lightest element, was initially chosen as the standard unit. So which was the standard unit that was used initially? It was hydrogen atom, and masses of other atoms or molecules were compared to it. But carbon-12 atom, which is an isotope of carbon. So carbon has two isotopes, carbon-12 and carbon-14. Both of them have mass number of 12 and 14 respectively. So from the two isotopes of carbon, carbon-12 was later in 1961 considered the standard for comparison of mass of other atoms or molecules. So now which element do we use for standard? Carbon-12 atom. So you can imagine weighing the atoms in a beam balance. So there are two pans. So in one pan in which we put standard weights. So now what is standard for us? Carbon-12. And then in the other pan we put the elements whose mass we need to calculate. So let us see how to balance this and how to find the relative atomic mass of the unknown element. Now what is relative atomic mass and how it is defined? Now children, you should know this, that relative atomic mass, or which is abbreviated as RAM in this module, is nothing but same as atomic weight. So the relative atomic mass of an element is number of times one atom of an element is heavier than 1/12 the mass of an atom of carbon-12. See, one atom of carbon has the mass of 12. So 1/12 of 12 is 1. So we are comparing that how many number of times one atom of an element is heavier than 1. 1 is 1/12 the mass of atom of carbon-12. So mathematically relative atomic mass is mass of one atom of the element upon 1/12 the mass of one atom of carbon-12. Its symbol is A, capital A with a subscript of small r, and since it is a measure of relative mass, we are relating the mass, there is a ratio, we are comparing with the same quantities, then therefore it has no units. Now suppose we are told to find relative atomic mass of sodium. Okay. So relative atomic mass of sodium will be equal to mass of one atom of the element. So mass of one atom of sodium is 23 grams. Okay. Upon 1/12 the mass of one atom of carbon. So 1/12 the mass of one atom of carbon. One atom of carbon weighs 12 grams. Okay. So gram and gram gets cancelled. 12 and 12 gets cancelled. So this is 23 upon 1, or we can say that relative atomic mass of sodium atom is 23. There are no units. Now, relative atomic mass of isotopes. Now when isotopes come, now you know that isotopes are the atoms of the same element, means they have same atomic number having different mass number. For example, you can see I have taken the example of chlorine. So you can see these two are atoms of the same element, that is chlorine. Okay, with same atomic number, you can see here 17 and 17. What are atomic number? Number of protons, or it is also equal to number of electrons when it is electrically neutral. But here you can see there is a change in mass number. This is 35, this is 37. What is mass number? The sum of protons and neutrons. So here 17 protons are there, here also 17 protons are there because the atomic number is same. But the number of neutrons here is 18 and here it is 20. Basically isotopes are atoms of the same element having different number of neutrons. Means same atomic number, different mass number. So if we are told to find the relative atomic mass of isotopes, now which mass we will consider? Okay, there are two masses. So then we have to adopt this formula, that atomic mass of an element in case of isotopes. So for that we can't simply take the sum of mass of isotope and isotope 2. So we have to see the fractional abundance, that in nature how much chlorine 35 is present. So fractional abundance of isotope 1 into its mass, then add it to a fractional abundance of isotope 2 into its mass. So here if you see, chlorine 35 is 75% in nature, whereas chlorine 37 is found only 25% in nature. So to calculate relative atomic mass, we will take 75% of 35. So here fractional abundances of the first is 75%, right? So 75% will write like this of the mass of isotope 1, which is 35. So 75% of 35 plus, now this is 25% plus 25% of, what is the mass? 37. And we have to add both of them. So the first one, it comes out to be 26.25. This value comes out to be 26.25 and this value comes out to be 9.25. So if I add both of them, it becomes 35.5. So we say the relative atomic mass of chlorine atom is 35.5. So this is how we calculate the relative atomic mass of isotopes. Now you should note here that this is in decimal 0.5, but number of protons or the number of neutrons cannot be in fraction, it cannot be half, okay, but for isotopes we consider this as the relative atomic mass. So in isotopes you can find masses in fractions, whereas generally for all the elements it is in whole number. Now let's talk about relative molecular mass or relative formula mass. Now this is nothing but molecular weight. So relative formula mass of an element or compound is the number of times one molecule of the substance is heavier than 1/12 the mass of an atom of carbon 12. So if you compare both the definitions, the relative atomic mass and relative formula mass, there is a difference. Here it can be element or compound and here one molecule of the substance, right? So relative formula mass is mass of one molecule of the substance upon 1/12 the mass of one atom of carbon 12. And its symbol is capital M and subscript small r. And this also does not have any unit because it is a comparison. Now, calculating relative formula mass. Let's see how we can calculate this relative formula mass or relative molecular mass. Now to calculate this, we will first have to work out how many atoms of each element are there. Now for example, water, H2O. In H2O, there are 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 atom of oxygen element. So we will have to first work out on how many atoms of each element are there in the chemical formula, and then we have to add together the relative atomic mass values of all the atoms of each element. Now here the example is carbon dioxide, CO2. So you can see there is one atom of carbon element and there are two atoms of oxygen. So the relative molecular mass or the relative formula mass of CO2 is, now there is one carbon, so 1 into relative atomic mass of one carbon, that is 12. So 1 into 12 is for carbon. Then since there are two oxygen atoms, 2 into relative atomic mass of one atom of oxygen, which is 16. So 1 into 12 is 12 and 2 into 16 is 32. So now this becomes 44. So the relative formula mass of carbon dioxide is 44. Let's see some more example. Here they have asked to calculate the relative formula mass of calcium hydroxide. Now in this we know there is one atom of calcium. Then how many atoms of oxygen are there? See, this OH is written in the whole brackets and outside the bracket 2 is written. So this 2 belongs to oxygen as well as hydrogen. So the relative molecular mass of calcium hydroxide is equal to calcium 1. So 1 into relative atomic mass of calcium, that is 40. Now there are 2 of oxygen. So 2 into relative atomic mass of oxygen, which is 16, plus now 2 hydrogen. So 2 into relative atomic mass of hydrogen, which is 1. So this is 40 plus 32 plus 2. So this is 74. So relative molecular mass or relative formula mass of calcium hydroxide is 74. Now the next is for you children, you will do it right now. The relative formula mass of magnesium nitrate. You know the formula of magnesium nitrate is MgNO3 whole twice. So how many magnesium are there? 1. So magnesium, one atom is there. Now nitrogen, this 2 belongs to both of them, oxygen and nitrogen. So how many nitrogen? There are 2 nitrogen. Now oxygen, if you see, okay, this is 3 already here in the subscript and one more 2. So it is 3 into 2, which is 6. So there are 1 atoms of oxygen, 2 atoms of nitrogen and 6 atoms of oxygen. So right now just pause the video, work out the relative formula mass of magnesium nitrate and write in the comment box and then unpause the video. I hope you have done this sum. Please write your answers in the comment box. Now let's go on to moles. Now what does the word moles mean? This is very, very important, children. So moles is the unit of numbers, or we can say moles is the unit of amount, how much. So you know that when we talk about dozen, when we say 1 dozen mangoes, it means how many mangoes? 12. When we say 1 dozen bananas, it means how many bananas? 12. When we say 2 dozen apples, means 2 into 12, that is 24 apples. So 1 dozen imply 12 units. It can be 12 mangoes, 12 bananas, 12 watermelons, whatever. Okay. In the same way, what does mole mean? Yeah, 1 mole corresponds to, I said mole is a unit of numbers, so there has to be some number. So 1 mole corresponds to 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 particles. Now these particles can be atoms, it can be molecules, it can be ions, anything. Okay. So 1 mole means 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 particles. So dozen is a unit of small number, that is 12, whereas mole is a unit of big large numbers that are used in chemistry, because in chemistry there are large number of subatomic particles. So we are taking a large number of particles, that is 6.022 into 10 raised to power 23 particles corresponds to 1 mole. Now this 1 mole also corresponds to your relative atomic mass or your relative molecular mass. Okay. And this also relates to, when we are talking about fluids, it can be 22.4 liter or 22.4 decimeter cube. And in many curriculums, like in UK curriculum, it is considered as 24 liter or 24 decimeter cube. So when you convert into centimeter cube, or when you convert into milliliter or centimeter cube, it becomes 22400, or if it is 24, then it becomes 24000. Right? So mole is related to all of them, and all of them are interrelated. This is a magical formula, right? But here in this video lesson, we'll be talking about relationship of number of moles to relative atomic mass. But I have told you about this magical formula right here because in all the coming modules of chemical calculations, we will require this for a very, very easy calculation. So here you can compare this to this. You can compare these number of particles to fluid, the volume of fluid or the amount of fluid. You can relate amount of fluid to mole. So when we go into details of studying the number of particles and the volume or the amount, then we'll talk about that. Right now we'll talk about the relationship of mole and RAM and RMM. Okay. So 1 mole, here if you see this relationship, 1 mole corresponds to relative atomic mass of that atom, or 1 mole corresponds to relative molecular mass or formula mass of that atom. So mole is nothing but amount of substance, and 1 mole is equal to relative atomic mass or relative formula mass, which is expressed in grams. Okay. So if I say 1 mole of carbon, it means relative atomic mass in grams, so that is 12 grams of carbon. Okay. If I say 3 moles of carbon, so how much is 3 moles of carbon? 3 moles of carbon will be 3 into 12, that is 36 grams of carbon. So if I go to a person to ask for carbon, so if I say 3 moles of, give me 3 moles of carbon, so he can weigh 36 grams of carbon and give me. So in chemistry, talking about grams becomes very clumsy. So in that case, we talk about moles. So instead of saying 36 grams of carbon, we can say 3 moles of carbon, right? So moles is related to RAM like this. 1 mole is equal to relative atomic mass or relative molecular mass expressed in grams. Now let's see their relationship in detail. The actual masses of atoms, molecules and ions are too small, I already told you, to be useful in calculations. For this reason, chemical amounts are measured in moles. Okay, and the abbreviation of moles is MOL only. The unit is MOL. The mole is a unit, its symbol is MOL. Okay. Now the mass of 1 mole of a substance is equal to, so when we are talking about atomic mass, it is relative atomic mass of its formula in grams if the substance is an element, when we are talking about element, and when we are talking about compound, then it is the relative formula mass of its formula in grams if the substance is a compound. So relative atomic mass and relative formula mass or relative molecular mass is equal to 1 mole. Let's see the example here and try to understand. Here in the question it is asked, calculate the mass of 0.25 moles of carbon dioxide molecules. They have given the relative molecular mass of CO2 as 44. Okay. Now we know that mass of 1 mole, okay, is equal to relative formula mass in grams. So now they have given how many moles? 0.25 moles. So mass of 1 mole we know is relative formula mass. So mass of 1 mole, what is the relative formula mass in grams? 44 gram. Right? So therefore mass of 0.25 mole will be, just use the unitary method, 44 upon 1 into 0.25, right, which is equal to 1/4 of 44, which is 11 grams. Or you can simply use the formula mass is equal to relative formula mass into amount. Okay, so the mass is equal to, what is the relative formula mass? Relative formula mass is 44, which is given in the question. Okay, into the amount, and amount is also given in the question. Mole is the unit of amount, so 0.25. You can directly write it as 11 grams. In case you don't remember this formula, just use the simple unitary method, that 1 mole corresponds to 44 gram, which is known. So first sentence will write what is known. Second sentence, what is asked. What is asked? To 0.25. So if 1 mole corresponds to 44 gram, what will be 0.25 mole corresponding to? So it will correspond to 11 gram. Very easy. Or just simply learn the formula, that mass is relative formula mass into amount. Let's go on to our next question. Calculate the mass of 0.01 mole of iron, and atomic and relative atomic mass of iron is 56. So first we will write what we know. We know that mass of 1 mole, that is 1 mole corresponds to what? Relative atomic mass. Mass of 1 mole is relative atomic mass. So mass of 1 mole of iron corresponds to how much? 56. Therefore, mass of 0.01 mole, 0.01 mole will be how much? Simple unitary method, 56 upon 1 into 0.01. So it becomes 0.56 grams. Because here it is 1 mole is relative atomic mass expressed in grams. So here the answer will come in grams. Or the next method is using the formula. What was the formula? Mass was equal to relative atomic mass into the amount that is given. So it is 56 into, what is the amount? 0.01. So it is 0.56 grams. Now let's go ahead to calculating amounts in moles. Just now we calculated mass. Now we will calculate the amount in terms of moles. So amount, you can use this formula. Amount is mass upon relative atomic mass or relative formula mass. Now the question is, calculate the amount of carbon atoms in 6 gram of carbon. Okay. So amount, we know amount is mass upon relative atomic mass. So here it is atomic, since it is only carbon. So amount is mass upon relative atomic mass. So mass is 6 and relative atomic mass is 12. So 6 upon 12, which is 0.5 mole. We can also do that by magic formula if we don't remember this formula. Okay. Now what is asked? Calculate the amount of carbon. So amount will be right hand side. We know that relative atomic mass corresponds to what? Corresponds to 1 mole. Okay. So what is the relative atomic mass of carbon? 12. So 12 gram corresponds to 1 mole. Now in the question, how many grams are asked? 6 grams. So 6 gram will correspond to what? 1. Just apply unitary method, 1 upon 12 into 6. So 6 1s are 6, 6 2s are 12. So this is 1 upon 2 or 0.5 moles. Right. So just use this formula or use unitary method to find this. Now coming on to our next question, calculate the amount of water molecules in 36 gram of water. Okay. So what they have asked to calculate? Amount means how many moles. So you can use the formula mass upon relative atomic mass. So it can be equal to 36 upon 18. Right. So it can be 2 moles, or in 1 mole of water, how many grams of water will be there? The relative molecular mass, right, which is equal to what? 6, which is equal to 18. That is already given in the question. Okay, so 18 grams. So Now we want to calculate the moles. So it has to be on right hand side. So we will write 18 grams of water constitute how many moles? 1 mole. So question is, therefore 36 gram will have how many moles? So simply 1 upon 18 into 36. So 18 ones are 18, 18 twos are 36. So the answer is 2 moles. Calculate the number of moles in 19.86 gram of lead nitrate. The relative atomic mass of lead is given as 207, of nitrogen is 14, of oxygen is 16. So now this is the assignment for you kids. You have to find the number of moles in 19.86 gram of lead nitrate. So pause the video, solve it right now and write the answer in the comment box. Now it's quiz time, kids. 2HNO3 can have two meanings. What are they? So this 2HNO3 means there are two molecules of HNO3, okay, and 2HNO3 also means 2 moles of HNO3. So it means 2 molecules of HNO3 in a given chemical reaction. It also means that in a given chemical reaction 2 moles of HNO3 is either reacting or is getting produced. So this was all about part 1 of chemical calculations. If you have liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and write in the comment box. Also, if you have not yet subscribed to our channel, do it right away and don't forget to tap on the bell icon. Share our channel with all of your friends and keep the learning on. Thank you.